Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to talk about EUNIC cluster in Romania. We are now in the break of a meeting that you are having here at HEI, House of European Institutes. Actually, it's a place, a very special place where the Foreign Culture Institute, as a cluster, they propose the projects within Timișoara European Capital of Culture. For our audiences, I would like to ask you to introduce yourselves. What Foreign Culture Institute you are from, and maybe one of you to tell us a bit what would EUNIC Romania be, and then to talk about how you found this space, the HEI space in Timișoara, how you found the Timișoara audiences, and how would you say this year as a capital of culture looked for you? Please. Please.
Okay. So hello, I'm Laura Napolitano, and I'm the director of the Italian Cultural Institute in Bucharest. So we are the representation of the Italian culture here in Romania. We only have one institute, so in Bucharest, and so we also take care of all the promotion of Italian culture and language in the other parts of Romania, so in Timișoara too. So I will continue and speak about a bit about this project. I actually arrived a year ago. So for me, actually, arriving in Romania and studying, working in Timișoara was almost the same. And also starting working in the EUNIC cluster. I'm now the vice president of the cluster, and the French institute, the French colleague, is the president. And so we started working on this project for the capital culture. We agreed on a curatorial team for this project that actually won the funds from the Centrul de Proiecte. So we received this space, and we started organizing a lot of different events and things in connection with the community here in Timișoara. And so it has been an intense 6-month period for us, and I think it was a very successful project, and I think it's the first time that a EUNIC cluster like our cluster was able to have a space for its own purposes in a specific city for the capital of culture. So I think it was a very important project for us, and it's a model that we can also share with other colleagues in other clusters around the world. I don't know if you want to add something.
Yeah, no, I would just like to remark that actually you as members of a cluster are more than each of you individual, are more than a sum of cultural institutes that propose projects. And exactly. I think this must be underlined, that the success you mentioned is that it was more than a synergy that each cultural institute coming with its own project. So I think it would be a plus value.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so the cluster is big. So we have 60 members. Some are more active than others, but and so our usual activities are different cultural projects in which we are together, at least 3 members, and so we have a long history of good projects together, mostly in Bucharest, because mostly we are based in Bucharest. But for the first time, we really acted like in one team. So presenting us not just for the Italian Cultural Institute project or the Goethe Institute project, but as a European project, European events, and that's why this name that we gave to this space, that is HEI, so the House of European Institutes. So
it's a very good name.
Yes,
it's perfect. I mean, it's good. It is the acronym and the House of European. I mean, it's quite a name. Yeah. Please.
Yeah, hi. My name is Joachim Umlauf. I'm the director of the Goethe Institute in Bucharest, but we have also local branches in different Romanian cities. And that's why I came often, because I'm here since almost 4 years, to Timișoara. And when I knew that Timișoara would be European capital, I prospected a little bit also what could we do with our local branch, but also with the other partners. And I discovered also this spaces where we are at the Bastion some years ago, and there were some galleries inside, and said, okay, it would be good maybe to collaborate with these galleries. And then last year we came back and we see, oh, there was some empty space. And this is the special situation about Timișoara, because I was already in other contexts in framework of cultural capitals like Marseille 10 years ago or so on. But this situation, that this city has these fantastic empty spaces, so to say, was special. And this was the starting point of our negotiation with the city and also the region to see how could we organize things. And as Laura, my colleague, already said, it was impossible to think that only one institute could occupy some spaces or having activities all the time. This would have been impossible, too much. And this was quite natural that we began to discuss in the framework of our EUNIC cluster about it. And so we managed to do it, we applied, it was much work, and we hope for all that it will continue. But let me just stress one point maybe, which is very important, because we discussed this also this morning. We are all, as Laura and me, for our countries, so to say, we are promoting our culture. But our spirit is also to say, okay, we have what we call cultural diversity. We have different cultures, and for us it is important to promote our culture, but also to promote the culture of the others, because of the other European countries, and not only European countries, because in our cluster we have also Georgia, for instance, and we have also Ukraine, and also the British Council, so to say. So it's not only the European Union represented, but also other countries. This is very important that we are working with these two levels, being colleagues and being, being friends by promoting our cultures, but knowing that it is important to promote all different cultures at the same level. So, and this is also what I normally like also to stress, is the fact that for me this is a little bit the historical performance of the European Union having, what's the English word, having de-hierarchized the cultures. Saying that we have all our own belongings, our own interests, but one of our main interests is to care for the fact that all cultures find their place.
Very interesting. Yeah, as you mentioned, actually, you pinpoint one of the, I guess, main principles in the EUNIC cluster. Actually, you are very different. You promote different. I mean, you promote your own country. Cultural projects and expertise, but you also work together. How do you do that? I mean, you put together your national cultures and do intercultural projects, or how would you do this promotion within? I mean, because I mentioned this, is this the sum of a parts, or is more than this?
It's difficult to say it in one perspective. It's complex. It's difficult. But to give you some examples, the most easy one there are, for instance, in festival, approaching us as cluster and saying, do you want to cooperate? Yes, we will. And in this case, every country would, for instance, invite one speaker, I don't know, invite one movie and things like this. So this is one possibilities, because partnership is very important for us. But we are also developing projects by our own. So we with partners always, because you shouldn't do anything without local partners, because we are here and also to hear what you Romanians want from us. And we react on it. For instance, we started a jazz festival some years ago with Green Hours in Bucharest, and where every country is participating. We have a night of literature, so different activities organized in the framework of EUNIC. But you know what is also very important? It's that we as Europeans learn to work together. And this is per se, so to say, one of the positive effects of EUNIC, that we are learn, because we are really differently also organized in our structures. For instance, the French and the Italian Institute, they are much more closer to the embassy and the government as we are, and the Czech are, for instance. So we have different forms of organization, and we respect us in everything we are doing like this. But we learn also as Europeans to work together.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Also, a point that I would like to address at the end, it would be the legacy of this hay, because it was approached also in the talking of this morning. So also of European institutes. Have you thought about it? I mean, there are possible or different approaches to this: to stay in Timișoara, to move, to make it temporary, to make it traveling within Romania, or to make it saisonnier. I mean, it's summer based or spring based, or how? Because you mentioned very well this idea of successful. How would you see the following years for hay?
Well, we are actually discussing the topic. We mostly agree that we did a good job. Of course, there is space to do better, but at the same time, I think that we started a very important project for us and for the city of Timișoara, and we also have this space that we this morning heard that will be still available. So I think it's a personal opinion, but I think that we should stay, we should continue working here, also because I mean, it's always a matter of time to create the success of a project or a space, and to be recognized from the city, from the community. So I think that if we leave this space, we will also lose all the things that we have done during this year. So we can, as I said, we can do better. We can improve our presence here. we can do like, I don't know, better collaborations, whatever. But the idea is that we should work. My idea is that we should work on maintaining the space and maintaining a kind of common program for Timișoara. Then we can also work on other cities. We already have some kind of, for example, another unique project created by the Czech Institute, for example, in the Cinemascope, that is in, I don't remember
Euphoria.
Sorry.
Euphoria.
So, and that is like long time project, and I think that so it's also important to have kind of so it's once per year, but it's couple of months of different events during the summer. So it is also a European and unique project in another place, in another city in Romania. So I think that this kind of project, not only Bucharest-based project for EUNIC, are very important.
Yeah, actually, you are very right. Maintaining partnerships and connection takes quite a time, and improve them. If you have any thoughts,
I think we really have to underline is what also Laura said in the beginning. This is the first time that EUNIC is managing to have such a European house. And it is important to continue. We don't know how long we can continue because all is also related to money, as you know.
Sure.
Yeah? And we discussed this also this morning, that we are in times where we have, at least for the German side, we have cuts in our budgets because, you know, we have wars, we have other. So this is also a real question: how can we continue? But this is it's a fantastic experience, and we hope that we can go on. Maybe because we are now in our strategy meeting, and we will continue this afternoon. Let's say, I totally agree with Laura saying that this has been a success, but for the future we have also another challenge. This would be to say, we brought Europe to Timișoara, but we want also to bring Timișoara to Europe. So how do we promote, for instance, and this is also the part of the legacy of this year, to say, how can we bring back to Europe, so to Western Europe, so to say, more what the experience we made in Timișoara. So this will be also one of the most important challenges.
Very interesting, because you think locally, nationally, but you don't think that actually you belong everywhere, no?
Yeah.
I mean, Timișoara is the European capital of culture now, it's in the list. Okay, thank you very much.
And let me add,
Sure.
Timișoara is also a fantastic place for the living together of different cultures, of different religions, so in the history. So it's a perfect place to figure as a kind of European symbol.
Yeah.